Good morning. Another day. Good morning. Another day, another dollar to be made. All right. So today is an important day. Today is an important day in the Forex market, and you need to be very, very careful. So, me, for instance, after learning session, I'm not going to look at the chart again because what is going to happen is we're going to see more of consolidation because of the FOMC news. So if you are trading any US pair, any currency that is paired with the dollar, we are going to see a lot of consolidation. That's the reality. So after the learning session, I'll call it a day. I'll wait for the news to be released before maybe the following day, because the news will happen around 6 p.m. That's the interest rate for the Central Bank of America, the Fed. Is the Fed the Central Bank of America? So the Fed is going to release interest rates, and it's an important day. People are going to wait. People are going to trade it and other stuffs. But I'm not going to do any of them. I'm going to wait for the news to be released before I'll make an action. So that's around 6 p.m. GMT. So 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. GMT, people are going to try to gamble on the news, whether they are going to, are they going to experience rate cuts or a hike in the rate? So all those things are not important to me. So I'll come the following day to check it out. So today to around 6:30, I think there was CPI on the pound. What happened? So there was what they were expecting the same numbers as compared to. Let me refresh my listing then see the so today is Wednesday. Okay, so it was the same number. So mostly when the data is the same, what we experience or what we notice is what most of the times you get to know when the numbers are the same as compared to the forecast numbers or the previous numbers. What you normally see is what happened on the pound. So this is what happened. We saw the pound to be strong. Okay, so that means the inflation data was the inflation data was high, the CPI was high, because the pound, the pound, there was a rise in the pound, or the appreciation, the currency appreciated. So mostly when the numbers are the same, you see up and down moves. That's what usually happens. So all those things you need to get to. So the market is full of economic events. So there was only few. One thing I've noticed, when you are trading the currency market, there is only few days that you are going to be trading the market. So you need to, when you get, so especially Monday we had a winning trade. So you need to protect your capital. You need to protect the money that you've made. You don't have to be in rush to give it out again. Okay. So even if you get one trade within the week, it's okay. Someone lost money within the week. So if you have gotten something within the week, it's okay. You need to make sure you are protecting your money. That's the most important thing. So we're going to, someone's mic is on. So if you know your place is noisy, kindly mute yourself. So you see, some people are not, I don't know whether they are not aware, they are not joining, and when they finish, they complain. You get it? They are not joining, and they finish, they complain. So that's it. So we are going to experience more of consolidation. So those who have been committed to be joining the streams every day, it will surely pay off. So as if you finish joining the stream, you need to make sure you are practicing. You get it. With time, give yourself like 6 months to a year. You will get to understand everything, how the market moves. You analyze slowly. You start analyzing the market, seeing the market in a big picture. Okay. So one thing I want to motivate you, I want to tell you about is what? Don't give up. You get it? Don't give up. Because for me, for instance, this journey I started with many people, and most people have given up. I'm not sure someone is even doing it. Most people have given up. That's how it is. Okay. People will get discouraged on the way. Other people will see it's not worth it. Other people will like to what? Will like the the fastest way of what? Getting money and those things. There's no faster way of getting money. The only way to get money is what? Adding value to yourself. That's the most important thing. Those people chasing the quick way of getting money, as in things that it's not a skill set, like you can use a day to learn. Those things are not value. You can't transfer those things to some people. You get it? You can't transfer those things to some people. So make sure you are learning a skill set. Anything that is going to take you long for you to what? Learn it is going to worth it in the days to come, or what? In the days to come. So really what? Pay attention to whatever you are doing. Dedicate all your life to it. And as I said yesterday, don't, if this thing is not paying you now, kindly find something doing. Find a job and at the same time doing it, because you need to pay bills. If you need to pay bills, so find something that is going to pay your bills. Don't just say Forex is going to pay your bills whilst you are not profitable. You get it? For me, I did some side hustling before I noticed. Now I know what I'm doing in the market. You get it? So if Forex is not paying you, if you have not gotten the skill, if you don't know what you are doing now, find something so that you don't get frustrated or depressed. Okay, because you are a man. I know most of the followers are men. So you are a man and you need to pay your bills. You need to have something in your pocket. You can't be broke. Okay. So as you are learning, even this skill, it's money that you are going to use it to learn. So if you are working, I was doing this thing whilst I was working, and at the same time, those times when I was schooling, I was even still finding time for this thing. You get it? So if you are a student, or if you are working, you still can find time for yourself. Analyze early morning before you go to the workplace. You analyze when you have free time. You have TradingView, the phone. It's a website, so you can check it on your phone. You check whether the trade is going. Don't let the chat to distract you when you are working. So maybe you give yourself, since you are trading the 4-hour time frame too, you can be checking it on a 4-hour basis. So you check whether it's going. If you are not good at it now, maybe you try it with a small account, $10, $15 with small, so that you won't be affected much. Okay, maybe you lose like $2 and you're still learning. We're still learning. You give yourself 6 months, 1 year, you get it, and you start making money. You can quit your job and other stuffs. You get it? So don't give up. People will give up. People will see it's not worth it. People will get discouraged, because the initial stage, they will bring the mindset of what? Getting the money quick. That's what is going to make a lot of people to give up. So continue grinding. It will pay very soon. And even if for this time, information is easily to get access to. It's not like those times when you started 2018. Before you get people doing live, you see every day I've been coming here breaking down trading. Sometime when I trade it live with you people. Those times it wasn't like that. It was very difficult for you to get information online. You get it? But now information is easily to get access to. So you just need a small commitment and you make it in life. To make it in life now, it's to make $1 million now. It's very, very easy as compared to those times. It's very information. People are sharing information left, right, center because of content. You get it? So it just have time for yourself, add value to yourself, and there you go. All right. So let's move straight to the chat. I hope I've motivated someone this morning. If I've not motivated you too, then I don't know. Motivate yourself. So today is Wednesday. So the CPI news has already passed. So now let's check the only news that is about to come is what the Fed interest rate release. So I've already said with that one, it's going to make the most of the dollar pairs that, or the currency that you are going to pay it with, the dollar is going to consolidate. So after the lining session, I'm not even going to watch the chart because the market is going to be slow till that time. You get it? And when it happens like that, most of the time people lose money in the market. You are going to see slow moves in the market, so you can witness it yourself. So after the learning session, I'm done for the day. So let's start analyzing the market. So as usual, every day you do the same thing. So in Forex market, when you get a skill set, when getting the skill sets, the only thing that changes is what? Your lot size. It's your risks. The only thing that changes is your risks. The way you analyze the market is going to be the same thing till you are done. Like you, until maybe you say you have gotten the money, so you are not going to trade again. You get it? The only thing that is going to change is your risks. When you get hold of a strategy that is working, you are going to apply it the whole of what your life, or the time that maybe you are going to trade the currency market. So it's at the beginning stage, or at the initial stage, is the most difficult part. But after getting the skill, getting your hands on a strategy that works, you are done. Everything becomes very easy and simple. So me, for instance, even now, backtesting has become, I'm lazy on backtesting. Doing backtesting, I've been lazy on it because now I know what works for me. You get it? And what works for me too is giving me money. So backtesting has been, but I'm not saying I've stopped backtesting, but I have to do it. But I've become lazy on backtesting because now I understand how the market moves. I understand my strategy. I've gotten my strategy. So the only thing that is going to change for me is what? My risk level, my risk appetite. That's the only thing. So you can do it 30 years, you are going to use the same thing over and over again. You get it? You just maybe sometimes do one or two adjustments, but it's not going to be massive as in at the initial stage you finding a skill or a strategy. So the same thing every day. So on the monthly time frame is currently what? In an uptrend. Okay, so as I've already been saying, anytime you are doing your analysis, make sure you are checking the direction of the market. That's what's going to guide you on the decision to make or where to take a move. So currently the market is in an uptrend. You get it? The market is currently in an uptrend. And one thing to that I'm going to advise you is what? You need to go over the live streams. Okay, you need to go over the live stream, okay, after the live stream, because sometimes certain things you were not paying attention to when you were listening at the initial stage, but when you go over again, the understanding will be different. So if I were you, every weekend I'll go over all the live streams again, and I bet you will see changes in your trade, an uptrend. Okay, the monthly time frame is what? An uptrend. So yesterday was a retail sales, and I was expecting the dollar to be weakening, but what happened is what? The dollar was rather, I don't know whether the retail sales, so the core retail sales, even though it was negative, but yes, still I saw the dollar to be what? The dollar to was rising. Okay, even though it was negative. So the market is unpredictable. Then that's why you don't have to be predicting the news, because anything can happen. So currently it's an uptrend. Currently the monthly time frame is an uptrend. In an uptrend, in a sense that mostly for me, as I said, I've been taking into consideration all the minor things into consideration. I see this one to be what? A retracement. Okay, I see this one to be a retracement. So this is the point, a shifted structure. Okay, every candle, if the market is what? If the market is trending, a single candle, I see it what? If you see continuation of bearish candle, if there's a bullish candle within, I see it to be a correction. Some people will not factor this thing into consideration, but for me, I see it to be a correction. You get it? So this is a point for me, or to me, it's what the trend change to what an uptrend. Or okay, it changed to over here. This is a point. Initially, it changed over here. It was a what? It was a downtrend. And when it came back, this is a point. This candle broke. This is the candle that's what shifted the structure to what an uptrend. You get it? This is a candle that shifted the structure to what an uptrend. So if you're not getting anything, you can drop it in the comment section. I'll talk about it. Okay, and those in the Zoom session too. If you have any questions, you can reserve it. When I'm done, you ask your question, or you can even, as in, you come in for me to address it before I move on. So this is the point. It shifted direction towards an uptrend. It shifted direction towards an uptrend. So anytime the market is moving, it is mostly moving towards the levels. Okay. So if it is moving up, it is moving up to the next level. The market moves in zones. You get it? You move from this zone to get to this zone, zone to zone, zone to zone. So you also have to trade in what? Zone to zone. I don't know how many people have heard of trading in the zone. So it moves in zones. Okay. So it is coming towards this zone. So you see, as the market got to this zone, it's what we had a consolidation before it head up. So it's the same thing over here too. We are going to see a consolidation. We are going to see a consolidation. So I hope those on YouTube, you can hear me. If you can hear me, type 1 in the chat box. Let me know whether you can hear me. If my network is okay, let me know whether you can hear me. Type 1 in the chat box. Let me know if you can hear me. So this is the resistance level. This is the resistance level. So this is the resistance support level. You get it? This is the support level. All right. So this is the zone we are going to deal with. This is the zone we are going to trade within. Okay. This is the zone that we are going to trade within. And if you have not given a like on the stream, kindly give a like to the stream. Kindly give a like to the stream. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, to kindly do so before we move on. Give a like on the stream. Give a like. I want us to get more than 5. The like, but it's only 5 at the meantime. I want us to get like 10. Let's get, or I should close the stream. Those on YouTube, give a like on the stream. You click on the like, the thumbs up button. That's the like. So if you don't know like, click on the thumbs up. Yeah, the thumbs up. All right. So this is the zone we are going to trade within. You get it? This is the zone we are going to trade within. This is the zone within. So we are doing top-down analysis. So the reason why we do top-down analysis, if you focus on only one time frame, okay, if you focus on only one time frame, if you focus on only maybe 30 minutes, 1 hour, you might not know what is happening at the higher time frame. And mostly people lose in the market because maybe if you are focusing on H1 time frame, the monthly time frame, the weekly time frame, the daily time frame, H4 time frame, there might be a support or a resistance at that level that you might not know. You get it? So the market will start retracing on you, and you will be wondering why that thing is happening to you. So the reason why you need to focus on the higher time frame, you do top-down analysis from the higher time frame to the lower time frame, because to avoid any trading on a support or a resistance level. That's why it's always important And one thing, so I know someone is asking, why don't you use trend lines and those stuff? If you use many tools on the chart, you are going to get confused. So sometimes the market will be telling you need to buy at this point. If you are using support and resistance, the market will be telling you. But meanwhile, maybe you want to buy at this point. Trend line too is telling you. You see, for trend line, you need to connect point A to point B. Trend line too is telling you it has gotten to a resistance level. So you need to focus on using many tools is going to get you confused. So normally, what I use the trend line for is I use the trend line to identify the trend of the market. You get it? I use the trend line to identify what, or to indicate the direction of the market. Mostly people use other indicators and other stuffs, but they are all the same. Indicators are what you can use your naked eye to what analyze the market without those guide. Okay, without those guide. So it's very very important. So those who just joined the stream, so every morning we meet over here from mostly 6:30 or 6 o'clock. Sometimes if I see the market and there's an opportunity, I come early. So 6 o'clock or maybe 6:30 to what 9 a.m. GMT, we meet over here. So you can be joining us every day for the trading weeks from Monday to Friday. So on the weekly time frame too, you are seeing what an uptrend, in the sense that the market was doing higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. It's moved with one wave, two wave, three wave, four wave, five. Okay, and on. I don't want to predict the market beforehand, so I will allow everything for the market to what to decide. So currently, the potential area that the market is going to retest on is at this level. So that's on the weekly time frame. That's on the weekly time frame. So we are having a support tool over here. You get it? So I've already been saying, if you want to convert it, if you want to see the various, if you want to see the support and resistance levels well, one thing you need to do is what, you change it to a line chart, then you indicate it over there. It will help you to what, to identify those levels very well. So someone is asking, how do you determine that a particular resistance is strong? So I've already been saying, if you want to determine whether a particular resistance is strong, you need to use the higher, you focus on the higher time frames, or when you having two or more supports or resistance, that level is very strong. It's going to take a long time for price to break it, or price is really going to struggle to break through if you are focusing on H1. But when it comes to the weekly, the monthly, the daily, automatically, even if you see one, it's a strong level. So especially this is on weekly time frame. Before price will be able to break this one, see with these candles that you are seeing on the weekly time frame, for every week, one candle open and close. This one candle. So this candle you are seeing, this thing that you are seeing over here, took 5 days for it to fall. So before a support will be created, it takes a long time for it to be formed. You get it? So this level is a strong level. That's why that's what makes this level a strong level. You get it? That's what makes this level a strong level. So you need to pay attention to that. So you see, as price was heading up, as price was moving up, the moment it got to this level, it's really found, or it's really struggled before what, breaking through. You get it? That place regarded as a support level. Which place? Which place are you talking about? So that's why you saw the price was candle retracing. So it's a strong level. So when you move to the daily time frame, so you see the monthly time frame. The monthly time frame is an uptrend, and if we are taking an entry on the monthly time frame, we need to make sure the point or the level that you can take an entry on the monthly time frame is when price pull back to this level, then we take a buy. Because currently price is in the middle of a range, and it's not advisable to be taking a trade in the middle of a range. You get it? It's not advisable to be taking a trade in the middle of a range, because if you are taking a trade over here, even though price is going to head to this side, you get it, it's going to head, because you need to fill this gap. This gap needed to be filled. But you have to ask yourself, where are you going to placing where you be placing your stop loss to is an important thing that you need to take into consideration. where you be placing your stop loss. So you need to ask yourself where you are going to place your stop loss. You get it? You need to ask yourself where you are going to place your stop loss. So if you are taking a trade over here, that means your stop loss should be beneath a support level or a market structure level. Okay, so if you are placing a stop loss, your stop loss should be either the dip of this candle or this market structure level, which is going to be it's going to be a big pip range. So I think 681 targeting this side, which is not worth it. Okay, if price is coming against you, you are going to lose more. But if you are winning, you are going to win less, which is not something to recommend. So most of the times you need to go for something which is bigger than your risks, or either to be the same as your risks. That's the best option to go. And sometimes so you can get a lower if you are really confident in the setup. Sometimes your risk can be higher than your reward. It's normal. If you think it's a high probability setup, you can be taking it. It doesn't matter. Okay, so that risk to reward is all BS. So we are on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, so the monthly is what? An uptrend. The weekly is what? An uptrend. The daily time frame is currently what? The daily time frame is the daily time frame is currently what? An uptrend. Okay, it was a downtrend over here. The moment this point got broken, it turns to what? An uptrend, made a retracement. It's supposed to retrace on this key level or this key level. You get it? Or this key level. But what we notice is what? It has retraced within the middle of a range. It has retraced within the middle of a range. It's supposed to retrace to this level, but now it has retraced within the middle of a range. So what is going to happen is what? Price is either going to pull back. This on the daily time frame. So maybe you might be seeing what? A good structure at the H4 time frame. So currently the daily time frame so is what? An uptrend. You get it? It's an uptrend. So when price break through this one, the next level that it is going to what? Struggle to break, or the next sensational level is at this level. The next sensational level is at this level. You get it? So this is the range. So currently the range that it's advisable to be trading is this small range. Okay, but when you move to the lower time frame, you might see it to be a big range. So currently the H4 is a downtrend. Okay, so H4 is a downtrend currently. This is the point. It was what? An uptrend and broke through. The moment this higher high got broken, the tip of this one got broken, it came down, broke this one, turned to what? A downtrend. You get it? But this one refused to what? Break the lower low. Okay, so if it broke the lower low, came back, then you assume to be what? An uptrend. But currently it's within what? The leg of what? The lower low. So it's currently it's still what? A downtrend. You get it? It's still a downtrend. And one thing too is what? The candle hasn't closed. So if the candle hasn't closed, we can't conclude or make a decision on it. So currently it's a downtrend. Currently the H4 candle hasn't closed yet. So the H4 trend is what? A downtrend. So it's only going to change trend when this point has been broken. You get it? That's the only area or the only point price is going to change direction. Okay, so what I will wait for? One thing I've seen is what? Most of the times I'll reserve my comment on that, but mostly it's always advisable when these two time frames are in the same direction, or when you are trading on you are focusing on only H4 trend. One thing I've noticed is most of the times it doesn't trend for long. If you are focusing on only the H4 trend, it doesn't trend for long. So you need to, but if all the time frame, if the daily and H4 time frame are in the same direction, it's mostly trend for long. So especially the trade we had on Monday, you saw how it's, even as we got our take profits, it really trend more than, you get it, we took profits around this end, we took profits around this level, right? And price decided to trend like more close to 30 pips again. Yeah, close to 30 pips again. But if those time frames are in the same direction and you get a trade, it usually trend very well. So you see, yesterday too, I told you guys we need to wait for the H4 candle to break through the zone before. But when it's closed, it was time for what? It was time for the retail sales to be released. Okay, so even yesterday after the stream, I closed. So most of the times, if you are experienced, you get to notice those times that you are going to get trades and other stuffs. Okay, you are going to really know the exact time. So you need the experience. No one should rush. You need to continue be committing and what? Asking questions. If you ask plenty of questions, you are going to get solutions to your answers. So you need to ask why, when, and what, how questions. Those questions are going to reveal a lot to you. If you are not asking questions, there's no way things are going to be revealed to you. So you need to ask those questions. So currently the H4 time frame is what? A downtrend. So one thing I'm going to recommend is for us to wait for what? The break of those structures. Okay, the break of those structures. So I will recommend, because even if this one is moving up, it is going to what? Retrace on this level. You have a retracement around this level. So this place is not even recommendable zones to trade within. Okay, it's not recommendable to trade within. So we are going to wait for the H1 candle to close, which is going to be around 8 o'clock. So we are going to be waiting for it to close. So please, why is it that place regarded as a support level? Your question is tough to understand. Kindly write your English again. So I'm going to wait for the H, but one thing you have to notice, what we have a resistance level over here. Okay, you have a resistance. I've already given you a caution that today is what? FOMC. So we are going to experience a slow market before the market will start trending. Okay, you are going to see a lot of consolidation, but maybe lending session will bring in some volume. So this candle you are seeing over here was the CPI, the pound CPI news release. This was the CPI data. So this is the CPI candle. And after the candle, this is what you are seeing. And even if you can't buy at this point, it's in the middle of a range. You have to ask yourself. So not every move is for you. You need to know where you are going to place your stop loss. Not every move is for you. Sometimes you need to let the market go. Okay, you need to let the market go. So let's wait for the close USD. On Euro USD2, we start from the monthly time frame. So on the monthly time frame, the moment this candle broke, this one, the tip of this one, it turns towards an uptrend. So you indicate the various levels too. So this is the level. So I usually I'll change the color. So this is the level, the resistance level. This is the resistance level. So on the weekly time frame, so monthly is what? An uptrend. So monthly monthly time frame. So monthly time frame is currently what? An uptrend. So let's move to the weekly time frame. Identify our various support and resistance level, then indicate the trend. So when you move to the monthly time frame, you can see the trend is what? The trend is up. So I said the trend, identifying the direction of the market is going to help you decide on what the buyers to choose, on what to choose for the day. Are you going to be looking for a buy or a sell, or are you going to be looking for what? Are you going to be looking for are you going to be looking for both buy and sell, or you are going to focus on only buy or focus on only sell? So that's very important that you have to take note of that. Okay. So it's important you understand those things, because that's what is going to guide you. If you don't know the direction of the market, you might be at the wrong side of the market. So it's always important. So on the monthly time frame, it's what? An uptrend. Okay. So the monthly time frame. So sorry, the weekly time frame rather. The weekly time frame too is also what? The weekly time frame is also an uptrend. You get it. So after identifying the various levels, what we have to do is what? To indicate the support and resistance level, the sensational levels. Let me use that word, sensational levels. So we have a resistance level, a sensational level over here. You have a sensational level here. So you see, anytime price will get to those levels, you are going to see reactions. So why do you went against us, please? What does it mean? Hi, mentor. Yesterday we analyzed the market together, GBP USD, Euro USD. Why do you think it went against us, please? Oh. So the monthly time frame is what? The weekly time frame, we had what? A resistance. So most people are getting confused on these things. So when you analyze the market, so I've already been saying we have setup and entry. Okay, so kindly go through the video on my YouTube on the channel. When you go to the video side, I've done a video on how to enter the market. So we have something called setup and entry. So when you analyze the market, you see the directional bias. That's a setup. That doesn't mean if I come to the market this morning, if I'm expecting the market to be buying this today, doesn't mean I'm going to enter the market now. I have to confirm, I have to get an entry. That's why we have something called an entry. You need to get an entry before you enter the market. But first of all, before you enter the market, you need to have your bias, where what you are going to be looking for the day. So if I come to the market, I'm going to look for a buy. Fine, that's the setup. But you need to have an entry. The entry is different from setup. So the entry too is going to be a buy entry. But there are certain things I'm going to take into consideration. So sometimes, even if I've joined us for long, I'll come to the market, I'll predict the market exactly. The market is it will go. Sometimes you will not enter. You get it. Sometimes you not enter. So you need to get an entry. You need to make sure things have what aligned before you enter the market. You don't just wake up because you said the market is going to buy. I can predict the market like 99.9%, but I enter the market few times. You get it, because my entry is not confirmed. So if I say the market is going to buy and if it goes wrongly, I didn't enter the market, so I don't lose anything. My analysis or my projection was not accurate. What? Big side. You said you can check it. You get it. It doesn't mean like I'm going to what you can't predict the market 100%. If I can predict the market 100%, then I can even borrow borrow money to my finance minister. Okay, so you can't predict the market 100%. So you have to take note of that. So if it goes against you, we didn't enter. So on the weekly time frame is an uptrend. What you are doing is what we are speculating. Okay, we are speculating, but before you enter the market, we get confirmations before we enter. We don't just enter because you are saying the market is going to move an uptrend, so you are going to enter. It doesn't work that way. So the weekly time frame is an uptrend, monthly time frame is an uptrend. So on the daily time frame, so the daily time frame too is also what? An uptrend. You get it? So we have the time frames in the same direction. Daily an uptrend, weekly an uptrend. So let's move to the daily time frame. So when you move to the, let's check something on the weekly time. On the weekly time frame, we have a resistance over here. Okay. We have a resistance over here. So this is the range price is going to what? To move. This is the area price is going to move within. Okay, so let's move to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame too is what? So it's the same thing that is happening on what? GU. The daily time frame too, it was supposed to, so it has retraced on this level. When price broke up, you are expecting a retracement to this level, to this level, to this level, to this level. So currently it has retraced to this level. You get it? It has retraced to this level on the daily time frame. So the daily time frame too is an uptrend. But when price is what? Moving up, it is going to move up to this level, to this level. So you need to always pay critical attention to them. So this is a resistance. This is a resistance level. Okay, so you see, as the candle go to that level, it is kind of consolidating. So let's move to H4 time frame. But when you move to H4 time frame, this is the time frame mostly I pay attention to. H4 time frame is what? An uptrend. You get it? H4 time frame, sorry, it's a downtrend. H4 time frame is currently a downtrend. Okay, and it is in what? It has gotten to an area that we might see a retracement. So this is a consolidating what? Consolidating zone. This zone is a consolidating zone. You get it? So it's not a tradable zone. It's not a tradable zone. So one thing I'm going to recommend is for us to wait for the breakout of this zone. So you see, if it was an easy zone, price would have what? The moment price got to this level, it would have broken it easily. But now price is really struggling to what? To break out. When it got to this level, it was trying to retest. When it paid critical attention to, okay, when it gets to this levels, because these time frames are usually what? Higher time. You see, mostly I don't even go to the M30, M50 time frame, because those time frames, price can easily break through those time frames. Okay, so that's why mostly I pay critical attention to the higher time frame zones. When I move to the lower time frames, I don't usually consider, because my focus is on what? The higher time frame. So it's going to, price is really going to struggle to break through this zone. You get it? Sometimes when we have high impact news, or when there's what? Volume in the market, more buying and selling pressure, price can break through. But if I'm saying it is going to struggle, doesn't mean it is fixated that a price is no good. Price is going to what? Retest on this one. So you guys need to understand this thing. The market it's a speculate. Okay, we are trying to speculate based on our experience, based on what our experience in the market. So if I'm saying it is going to what struggle to break, sometimes price can break through easily when volume is in the market. So it is normal. You get it? It is normal. So you need to pay attention to those things that I've been saying. If I say something doesn't mean it is 100% certain. Based on my experience, that's why I'm saying that. So if you see the market invalidating those ideas, it doesn't mean it doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't mean it doesn't work. It works, but sometimes the market will invalidate your ideas. So we have a resistance level 2 over here. You have a resistance. So if you want to determine if the market is going to range, if you see a lot of what zones, if you see a lot of what support and resistances in a particular or on a particular area, one thing you have to notice what you are going to see a consolidation. Price is really going to take a long time before what it will break through. So now this is the area that I'll be expecting a sell. Okay, if price come to this level, because we have a weekly zone over here, if price break through this level, I'll be taking a sell. Okay, I'll be taking a sell. If price break and close within, okay, if price break, I'm not going to take an impulsive entry. If price break and close this here, I'm going to take a sell. If it's close beneath this one too, I'm going to take a sell. Okay, and when it comes to the buy, this zone is not that big to consider or to factor it in consideration. So maybe I will be waiting for the breakout of this zone, then I will take a buy to this level. Then I'll take a buy to this level. So this is my bias. So this is my bias for those pairs. All right, so this is what I'm expecting on Euro USD. All right, so this is what I'm expecting on Euro USD. You get it? This is what I'm expecting on Euro USD. Okay, so let's wait and see how the H1 candle is going to close like. Then we make a decision on. Okay, because mostly it will be advisable to be going for a buy. That's because majority of the time frames, only one time frame is what is a downtrend. That's the H4 time frame. Majority, the monthly, the weekly, the daily is what an uptrend. So it will be advisable to be going for a buy. That's the best way to go. But one thing that I'm saying is what, as I was saying, today is what FOMC. So we are going to see a lot of consolidation. So you shouldn't be surprised if the market is not moving much. Okay, you shouldn't be surprised if the market is not moving much. So sometimes it happens. It happens. So let's move to gold and see what's going to happen. So yesterday I was saying I want to see. So yesterday what happened is what the retail sales, the numbers that came out was even negative. Okay, it was the retail, the CPI data was what? Was it yesterday, Tuesday? So it was mixed data. We saw positive, negative. So that's why we saw the dollar to be strong. Okay, so when it comes to mixed data, you can't predict. So on the monthly time frame, when you move to the gold on the monthly time, so gold is already what? Gold, the higher time frames are all what? They are all pointing up. They are all in all-time highs, all-time highs. So as I said, gold has gotten to a price that it hasn't reached there before. So I'm sure maybe because of the US election, that's why people are not certain about the election. So Richie, kindly mute yourself. People are really not certain about the election. I'm sure people are not. Because of that, that's why we are seeing a spike on gold because of the election. Okay, so people are moving their investments or their asset, their distance to invest more in gold because that's the safe haven. The dollar too is a safe haven, but mostly when things are not going on, when people are not certain, they usually prefer investing in the cryptocurrencies and the digital currencies and gold, okay, or the commodities like the silver and those things. So mostly when you see the dollar to be weakening, you see those commodity and the digital coins to rise in value because of what's about to happen. And so next November we are going to there's going to be an election. So the markets from next month moving, you are going to see what do you call it, uncertainties in the market. Okay, you are going to see some what do you call it, you are going to be seeing some spikes in the market because of the upcoming US election. So it's normal. So you need to be very, very careful. You have to pay attention to any trader you are going to be taking. You need to make sure you are not going to be impulsive because you are going to be experiencing fake out too because of the upcoming election. So the monthly time frame is in all-time high. The weekly time frame too is in all-time. It has gotten to that level that it hasn't gotten there before. Okay, so we have a support over here. The support over here. When you move to the daily time frame, the daily time frame, we have a support. So there's no need for me to look left because when you look left, there's no data for you to depend on. Okay, this is the only data available, so there's no need for me to. So this is a strong zone that when gold gets to this side, it's really going to be difficult. Okay, it's really going to be difficult for to really break through. When it gets to this level, it's really going to be tough. So this is a potential rejection level. Okay, this is a potential. So if I'm saying this is a potential rejection level, doesn't mean price can't break through. You get it? But I'm anticipating when price gets to this level. When price gets to this level, what is going to happen is you are going to see a bounce back. Okay, it's normal to happen that you are going to see a bounce back, but that doesn't mean the market can't break through. It can break through, but this is a strong level because when price was moving up, when price was moving up, got to the resistance, move up, retested, came back, retested, came back, retested, came back, retested, came back. So it tells you that this is a strong level. Okay, and finally price broke through, retest. So what am I expecting? When it has broken through, you are expecting a retest and trend continuation. So I'm expecting for when price is retest, it's going to retest on what? The next key level. So this is the next key level, this is the support. Okay, so I'm expecting when price get to this level, price can what? Break through. You don't have to take a buy in this middle of a range, okay, because the confirmation over here is not going to be strong. The confirmation over here is not going to be strong. So you need to always make sure you are taking it on a level that is strong. Okay, this is in the middle of a range. There's no support or resistance. What? Supporting the buy. Okay, something should support. If you are taking a buy in this middle of a range at the daily time frame, something should be here. A support level should be here. Okay, you have to see a support level, but there was nothing here. So it's not advisable, in case maybe you are depending on the daily time frame, it's not advisable to what? To be basing on these levels to what? To be taking a trade. You need to make sure it has gotten to this level before you take a trade. So let's move to the H4 time frame. So when you move to the H4 time frame, price is currently what? The H4 is what? A downtrend. You get it? So then when the market is kind of confused this morning, we are seeing inconsistency in the market. Okay. When you move to H4 time frame, it's currently a downtrend. Okay. The moment this level got broken, shifted trend towards a downtrend. You get it? It shifted the trend to a downtrend. You see, it's retested on the previous resistance, previous support, now turned towards a resistance, shifted the trend towards a downtrend, came retested, and what? It is continuing. So what am I expecting? So you are going to see consolidation unless price have broken through this one. Okay, because when you come here, we have a support over here, and it's not easy for price to break through easily. Okay, it's not easy for price to take off easily like that. When you move up over here too, we have a rejection level. So it's within a middle of a range. It's in the middle of a range. You get it? So maybe you might be seeing consolidations. You might be seeing consolidation before the news will be released. Okay, before the news will be released. So you need to expect it's going to happen. The consolidation is going to happen today. Okay, consolidation. So most people are even going to be reserved for today because of the FOMC, the Fed Open Markets. Is it the Fed Open Market something? Committee, yeah, the Fed Open Market Committee. So because of the release of the interest rates, you are going to see slow markets before. So if you can remember, was it the euro interest rate or something? We saw the same thing. We saw a slow move in the markets. That was last Friday, or was it last Friday? We saw a slow move in the market before the data was released. So it's the same thing that is going to happen. So those who will be trading the news will be trading. Okay, but for me, I'm off. I'm not going to worry myself. If it's about 10 pips, I can get it in the market any time of the day. So why should I have to go and gamble on 10 pips, 15 pips, 11 pips because of news? So it's just a hype. Those things are just hype. So that's what's going to happen. So when it comes to the gold, I'm expecting a support over here. I'm expecting a support over here. I'm expecting a resistance over here. So it's in the middle of a range. So let's move to the H1 time frame. So when you move, so you can be getting some small. So since H4 is a downtrend, before the news is being released, you can be taking advantage of this. You can be taking advantage of this small range. Okay, but now you need to wait for a support to be created. Okay, so if a support is created, you need to wait for a bearish candle like this. That's when a support has been created. That's when a support has been created. then you continue the buy and the sell. So this is going to be a short move. You get it? This is going to be a short move. But let's hope maybe it's going to break or it's going to consolidate before it will get there. Let's see. So that's what I'm expecting. Okay, that's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm expecting on gold. So until then, your questions are welcome. You can drop your questions in the chat box. So that's what you are going to expect. So when the closure of the H1 candle, we are going to see a spike. Okay, mostly the closure of the H4, every H4 candle. Sorry, yeah, the closure of H4 candle, you see a spike in the moves. You see a pullback, a heavy deep retracement before the market will take off. So the closure of the H1 candle to the 8 o'clock candle to mostly brings volume in the market. So around in the next 12 minutes, we are going to see volume in the market. That's what I'm expecting to happen. That's what I'm expecting it to happen. It's going to be the closure of the candle. Then you are going to see a big move in the market. Yeah, so with pertaining to your question, so it's normal when the market is moving, when you analyze in the market, that's why you need to have a strong confirmation. So you need to have a strong confirmation. Okay, so your projection is not going to go, the market is not going to move in your direction always. You get it? So before you enter the market, we seek for confirmation. You need to seek for confirmation whether the trend is in your direction, whether the trend is not in your direction. You need to find for entries, the time of the day and other styles before you enter the market. You get it? Before you enter the market. So we don't just enter because we say it is going to buy. So we wait for additional confirmation, then we enter the market. It's very, very important. You get it? It's very, very important. So you need to understand these basic things. You need to understand these basic things to make a decision on. So when it comes to predicting it, when it comes to where the market is going to move to, so even for now, I know the market is going to move to this side. You get it? I know it is going to move to this side, but am I going to buy it now? No, I'm not going to buy it now. You get it? I'm not going to buy it now. I have to wait. I have to wait for confirmation. I have to wait for an entry, okay, before I will enter the market. So that guys, yesterday I was expecting the dollar weakness. So that's what I'm saying. That's what mostly I use the word expectation. Okay, expectation is not the same as I know. Expectation is like you believe. So I'm expecting. I'm not certain, but I'm expecting. I believe maybe the market is moving to this side. I believe it's not certain. If you know, that's when we can say you're 100% sure. That means you know, you've seen it. But if I say I believe it's not certain. If I'm a believer, if I believe, that means I'm 50-50. I'm not certain about what I'm saying. I'm not certain about what I'm saying. So that's what it usually happens. So it's normal when the market doesn't go, but I didn't enter, so you don't lose anything. So for this one, I know it is moving to this side, but there's no entry. You get it? There's no entry for you to enter to that side. So you need to always make sure you are entering on a strong level. That's what mostly I do. I make sure I enter on a strong level. I don't focus on the lower time frames. I don't focus on the lower time frames. So what you have to know what you are looking for in the market. Are you going to focus on the lower time frames, or are you going to focus on the higher time frames? So you need to understand those things. One thing I've noticed is what when you focus on the lower time frames, mostly you get fake out, because the lower time frames, so the way the candles, the patterns are formed, the candle formations and those things, those stuffs are all what those stuffs are all the same thing that happens in what the higher time frames. But one thing that you have to know is what one time frame is weaker than the other. Okay, so I know some people who only focus on what the H1 time frame. They only focus on H1 and M30 time frame. You get it? So you need to know the time frame that is going to be suitable, or suitable to the way you live your life. Okay, I know some people who, so in case maybe you are coming to the 15-minute time frame, as I was checking, if it's supposed to be, if it happens to be on the higher time frame, if it were happen to be on the higher time frame, I would have gotten an entry over here. You get it? I would have gotten an entry over here, taking a buy to this side. But this is what M15 time frame. So I don't usually focus on what the M15 time frame. If it happens to be the M15 time frame, I would have gotten an entry over here. Okay, then my stop loss is going to be here, 24 pips, targeting this one. Okay, because we have a gap for the market to fill. We had a gap over here, but you need to know the time frame that is going to give you long-term success. You get it? Long-term success. Because I was having some colleagues that they used to focus on the lower time frames, and one thing that happens was that they were getting some wins sometimes, but sometimes too, what will happen is what they will lose more than their wins. You get it? So when you want to, one thing about, if you are focusing on the higher time frames, you don't usually get trades more often. That's what happens. You don't usually get trades more often. But if you are focusing on lower time frames, the chances of you getting trade every day is high. You get it? The chances of you getting trades every day is very high. So you need to know the time frames. Okay, understand the top-down analysis very well. If you understand the top-down analysis, I think you will know exactly what you'll be looking for most of the times. So this one, as I was looking at the M15, there was an entry, because one thing is the high time frame, the pattern of the market, the structure of the market is the same thing at the lower time frame. So if you see a bullish candle at M15, when you move to H42, is the same thing. The size is the same thing that forms at what M15. But the reason we don't focus, we have certain times that you focus on and some times that you don't focus on, is because of what the strength, or maybe as in when it comes to longevity, which one is it going to give you long-term success? That's what we usually focus on. Okay, that's what we usually focus on. So when I enter trade, most of the times I'm very, very confident on the trade that I enter. Okay, I'm very, very confident. The reason why I'm confident is what? Because I'm trading on the higher time frame. Because I'm trading on the higher time frame, so mostly I'm very, very confident when it comes to entry. So BTC, what you need to specify BTC what. When you say BTC is paired with many assets or many digital coins. So BTC, you need to specify BTC what. So I usually focus on the higher time frame. That's why my win rate is it's high. Okay, but with the higher time frames, I don't usually get trades on. So you need to is it BTC USD, BTC GBP, or what? You need to specify. So those who focus on the lower time frames usually. So when it comes to trading the higher time frame, one thing is what your win rate is high, but the frequency of you getting trade is low. You get it? The frequency of you getting trades is low. But when it comes to lower time frame, your win rate is going to be low, but the frequency of you getting trades is very high. That's the difference between the higher time frames and the lower time frames. That's the difference. So BTC USD. I think I'm seeing a nice. Okay, so I think I'm seeing a nice structure or a nice pattern on BTC USD on the H4 time frame and even on the daily time frame. So BTC USD, this on the monthly time frame, you have these key levels. You have these key levels. So on the monthly time frame, we have this key level. Okay, we have this key level. On the weekly time frame, this on the weekly time frame. So on the daily time frame too. So this is where I'm going to pay attention to. Okay, this is where I'm going to pay attention to. So price has currently gotten to this key level. So you see on the weekly time frame, was it on the weekly time frame? So on the weekly time frame, we have another support over there. So when you move to the day, was it on the weekly time frame or on the monthly time frame? Yeah. So on the monthly time frame, this level was on the monthly time frame, and at the same time on the weekly time frame. So the daily time frame has gotten to this strong level. You get it? It has broken through, the daily candle has broken through that strong level. It has broken through that level. So when you move to H4 time frame, so you see as price broke through, retested. You see it's retested on the level. What are we expecting? To move to the next zone. So now what I'm expecting is what? Now price has gotten to this resistance level. Price has gotten to this resistance level. So when it comes to, so the H1 time frame is an uptrend, the daily time frame is an uptrend, candle structure is what? An uptrend. The H4 is what? An uptrend. The H1 is an uptrend. So you need to look for what? A buy. Okay, you need to look for a buy. So even if price is coming down, it is coming down to retrace on these levels and bounce back again. Okay, coming back to retrace on the level and bounce back again. So now what you have to be looking for is what? A buy. You need to be looking for a buy. So you can wait for, let me check the H4 time frame. So the H42 has created a support. You get it? H42 has created a support. H42 has created a support. So what you have to be looking for is what? Currently H4 is not giving an entry. Okay, but I'm hoping there's going to be a flip to fill this week. We have a week that the market needs to fill. So this week is going to get filled. So I'm seeing a long-term buy on what? The what do you call it? BTC USD. Okay. To let me check the daily time frame. So the daily time frame, there's no entry. But if you want to take an impulsive move, then your stop loss should be what? Wide. Your stop loss is going to be beneath here, because this is the point that if price is coming back, this is the level that is going to what? Invalidate it. Okay, when price break and close beneath this one, that means what? Time frame has shifted. So if we're taking a buy, then your stop loss should be here. Okay, targeting when this weight gets filled, then maybe start managing the trade by breaking even all those stuffs. But the target is going to be here, because this is the point, this is the level that what price is what, this is the zone that you don't have any distraction. Okay, price is going to fill this zone. But one thing is what, when it gets to this side, this level price, the moment price got to this side, it came back again. So you don't know what is within the side. Okay, so you need to break even when price gets to this level, this weak level. You need to break even. When price gets to this weak level, you need to break even. So when you move to H4 time frame, there's no entry. That one too has left a wick. Okay, so if you want to take some small moves, then you have to be looking for a buy. You need to be looking for a buy. Okay, so this is just a pullback. I see it to be just a pullback, just a short-term pullback. It will flip back to this level, so you can be looking for a buy entry. But as I'm saying, the FOMC is going to affect this one too. Okay, I've not traded BTC USD before. I'm sure the charges on it, the commission is going to be very high. The spread, the commission is going to be high on it. I don't know about it. I don't know the brokers how much they charge on that. Or the spread is going to be high on it. Or we have people trading it, so the spread is. I've not traded BTC USD before, so I don't know how the spread works or the commission works. But one thing I know is what, it's also a fast moving instrument, and the pip range is what, it's the pip range is very big. It has volume. The pip range does volume in the pip range. So this one, for instance, I think it's going to be 2009 or 209 pips. Yeah, so this small move. So If it is going, so you need to have if you are not have if your account is small, don't try it on this one. You blow it, okay, because you need to get a margin that will be what be set aside. If your margin is not enough, you won't be able to. You can't use $10 to be trading this one. You are going to blow it. Even gold, for instance, you can't use small account to be trading gold. So you need to make sure you have enough funds in your account to be trading BTC USD. So someone is saying, so please hold on, I'm coming.
Which one have already said? Yeah, already said. Now, you already one more. Already. Already one. Now, it's one. Yeah, Igogo, 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 Enoch. Igogo. So, sorry. What do you say? What do you say? All right, I'm back. Sorry for keeping you waiting.
So someone was saying I should analyze. So let's see what's happening on the pound USD. So you can drop your questions, okay? I'll answer them. You can drop your questions and I'll answer them. So you see, when you go to the M30, the H1 time frame. Even when you move to the H1 time frame, M30, there was an entry on G. You get it? So you know the time frame, that is what. But when it comes to those time frames, they are not strong as compared to what the higher time frames. Okay, because today, for instance, those time the high time frames were kind of inconsistent with each other. When you move to the H4 and the daily time frame, they were inconsistent with each other. Okay, they were inconsistent with each other, so they were kind of. So when you move to H1 time frame, there was an entry on M30. There was an entry on M30. Okay, this is where the price broke through, created a market structure over here, created a structure over here. So there was an entry on M15. You get it, but that's not my focus. My focus is what the higher time frame. That's what usually I trade. That's what usually I take into consideration or factor it into consideration. So someone was saying GJ, GBP, JPY. So GJ, on GJ there was a resistance over there. There was a resistance over there. There was a support too over here. You get it? There was a support over here. We have a resistance too over here. So when you move to the weekly time frame, we had a support too over here on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, we had a support over there. So let's check the monthly and see. So the monthly too, we are having on the monthly we are having support over here. So on the daily time frame, wow, the daily is looking good for swing. Okay, the daily is looking good for swing, but your stop loss is going to be wide. So if you like, the person will ask if you can buy, but your stop loss is going to be beneath the previous candle dip, which is not going to be a strong confirmation. Okay, but you have to wait because the daily time frame is really looking good for a buy. So you have to wait for the candle to break the previous candle tip, then you take a buy. So your stop loss, your take profit is going to be here. This is a swing move. Okay, let me check the weekly. Yeah. So that's the daily time frame. So this morning was the CPI, so there was no entry for that. So if you want to take a swing move, then when the candle flip, okay, when the candle flip bullish, because the previous daily candle has broken through this strong zone. Okay, so if you have a strong zone and the daily candle has broken through, it gives you a confirmation that it is going to move to the next zone. Okay, so this is going to be a swing move. Your stop loss, this is not a safer stop loss. The safer stop loss should be when the candle break the previous candle. It should be here, but it's going to be very wide. So this is not a safer stop loss. My stop loss is going to be here. Okay, the stop loss is going to be the previous candle. So the moment the candle flip, then you know that you are wrong. But the safest stop loss should be the previous candle, the previous market structure. Okay, so if the candle flip above the previous candle tip, you take a buy. Okay, so your entry is going to be, this is going to be a swing move. So you need to expect to be holding the trade for long. So your entry is going to be here. The moment this candle flips, break the previous candle. Okay, they breaks the previous candle. Or even if you are going in for dynamic breaks, you can start adding, you can start buying. So the moment the candle flips, then you add position, your final position to that, because the candle has broken through this strong zone. Okay, if the candle has broken, now the structure 2 is an uptrend. What are you expecting? You are expecting what? A continuation toward this side. So if, because the candle, when the candle broke through the, where it ended, where it broke through or where it ended is not far from the area of interest. So from when price is pulling back, it is going to pull back to this side, which is how many pips, which is not far from the area of interest. So if you enter, you have to expect a pullback. So it's no other. So your take profit is going to be 159 pips. Okay, your stop loss is going to be, wow, your stop loss is going to be bigger than your take loss. But this is a high probability trade. That price is going to get to this side. Okay, price is going to get to this side. So taking a buy is okay. Taking a buy is okay. But if you want to, you can wait for the H4 to close. You can wait for the H4. But my focus is on the daily time frame. So when you are entering on the daily time frame, you are not going to look at what the lower time frames are doing. Your focus. So if you start seeing pullbacks, you are not going to be bothered. Okay, because this zone is a strong zone. This zone, and price has broken through, the daily candle has broken through the zone. You get it? It has broken through because on the monthly time frame, this is a monthly time frame support. You get it? This was the monthly time frame broke out. What are you expecting? A retest on this level. The monthly time frame retested on the level. You get it? Retested on the level. When you move to the weekly time frame, the weekly time frame too is having the same zone. Okay, it's having the same zone on the same level. When you move to the daily time frame too has retested on the same level. This is where the daily time frame retested. So we are having the monthly time frame on the level, the weekly time frame on the level, the daily time frame on the same level. So what are you expecting? You get it? So it proves to you that that level is a strong level. Okay, so the person who asks of the GG, you can take a buy when it starts flipping the previous candle. When it breaks the previous candle tip, you take a buy to the next one. This is a strong confirmation. This is a strong confirmation. So the H1 to, so the moment H4 is already what? An uptrend. So you are not going to pay attention to this zone because you are trading on what? The daily time frame. You are not going to pay attention to those zones. So let's see what will happen. Okay, let's see. So I said the entry is going to be when the candle has broken, because now currently candle structure is what? An uptrend. Okay, candle structure is an uptrend. Sorry, the candle structure hasn't broken the previous candle tip, so the confirmation is not that there. Okay, but since one confirmation is what? Since the candle has broken through, we are having strong expectation that price is going to get to this side. Okay, price is going to get to that level. So this is going to be a swing trade since it's on the daily time frame, because sometimes it can happen, it can get to this level this today. But one thing is, because it's on the daily time frame, I'm expecting it to what? To take some time before it will get there. Okay, so you can take a buy when it breaks. Okay, your stop loss is either going to, but you can adjust it since this level is strong. If you feel like it's going to take time for it to break, you can still adjust it. By the safer side is going to be the previous market structure. Okay, the previous market structure. That's what I'm expecting on on GJ. The same thing has happened on GU before. I remember that, but it was a long time. It was a long time. The same thing has happened before, but it was a long time. So let's wait for. So as I was saying, so for today, the structure wasn't clear to me. The structure wasn't clear to me. So if you can notice, the reason why I said I don't focus on the lower time frame, you see, yesterday when the 30 minutes, I remember the 30 minutes or so, when the 30 minutes broke out, you see it came back, retrace and pull back. Okay, so the confirmation wasn't strong. So if you want to see long-term success, if you want to see sustainability in whatever you are doing, I think it's better you focus on the higher time frame. Okay, unless, and as I said, unless it depends on the currency too that you are unless it depends on the instruments you are trading. If you are trading a high volatile pair like gold, USDT and those stuffs, if you are focusing on the high time frames, you are going to miss a lot of moves. But before you even focus on the lower time frame, you need to make sure you are having a bias. Okay, so maybe you are having a higher time frame direction in your favor before you even move to the lower time frame. You get it? So the high time frame can be maybe H4 time frame, the daily time frame. If you're having it in mind, then if you are moving to the lower time frame, you know exactly what you are be looking for. Okay, so if the H4, the daily time frame is a buy, if you move to N50 and those styles, you are going to be looking for what? You are going to be looking for a buy, because now the H4 time frame is what? A downtrend. If you are focusing on N50, that means it's going to be a retracement. And one thing about retracement is what? You don't know when it is going to end. Okay, so I don't usually feel FOMO when I don't get a trade or when the market moves before me. You get it? Because I have a plan, and sometimes the market will move very well, not respecting my plan and other stuff. That doesn't mean I have to go and trade that. Okay, everyone sees the market differently. So if someone is trading that, I'm not going to trade that. You get it? I'm not going to trade that unless maybe the direction is in my favor. Unless the direction is in my favor. So that's what I usually look for. So this move was clear. If it happens to be on the higher time frame, it would have been a clear buy. Okay, it would have been a clear buy because we have a support over here. Support the market. It came, retested, came, retested, came, retested. So this zone has been retested several times. So the CPI candle broke through. When the candle broke through, we had what? A retracement. What are you expecting? Trend continuation. You get it? So the move was clear, but what happened is what? It happened on the lower time frame. It's happened on the lower time frame. That is, it's happening on the lower time frame. In lower time frame confirmation, I don't rely solely on lower time frame confirmations. It was looking good. It was looking good for the buy. But because the high time frame structure wasn't clear, that's why I avoided that. That's why I avoided that. So let me check the G. So that's why I avoided those. So I always make sure the high time frame is in my favor. Always make sure the high time frame is in my favor. So the lending session has really moved. You are seeing big candles in the lending session. A lot of big candles in the lending session. A lot of big candles in the lending session. So even if I get one trade for the week, I think I'm okay. Okay, so trading is all about capital preservation. You need to preserve your capital. You don't have to expose yourself too much to the market. If you expose yourself too much to the market, so that's why I have limited this thing. I have limited currency pairs that I concentrate on. I don't move all over in the market. I have some limited pairs that I'm focusing on, so that I will know how it moves. I'll study the moves of those pairs. You get it? So I want to see how the 30-minute candle is going to end. So the Monday trade, who has taken a trade again? As we took the trade on Monday, who has taken a trade again? For me, I've not taken any trade again. I've not taken a trade again, so I have to have some account to I'm trading some accounts, and I need to pass the accounts. But I'm not rushing it. You get it? I'm not rushing it. I'm just taking my time. And I'm not sure, there's no way I'm going to blow an account. Blowing account is the thing of the past. With my strategy, I'm not sure I'll be able to blow an account. Blowing account is the thing of the past. Because my strategy gives a strong confirmation. I wait for strong confirmations before I will execute. Something that I'm familiar, something that I've seen it happening over. I don't jump into anything. I'm not into signal groups that I'm going to be taking signals from people. I analyze myself. I take trades myself. You get it? So that the reason why most people blow their accounts is because they are jumping everywhere. They are everywhere. Instead of them to focus on the see someone post some trade signal, they execute it on the account. So for me, I'm very patient on when it comes to the analysis before I want confirmation from the higher time frames. So GJ is looking good. EDP, JPY, GJ. I'll be watching the movement of this candle. It's looking good. This is a breakout, but it's going to be very tough for price to what? It's going to be very tough for price to break through, for price to retrace, because since this one broke through, it needs to continue. So this one that you are seeing on the lower time frame, you are going to see it as a retracement. You we are going to see it as it's, but it would have been better if the H4 candle would break above this one. So in the next 23 minutes, if this candle breaks above this one, then the confirmation has been the trade has been confirmed. Okay, I've seen this trade before, but going back is going to take a lot of time. I've seen the same thing happening. Let me check on GU. The same structure. Was it on April? It was on April also. April. It was on April. Let me check whether I'll see it on the daily time frame. Yeah, was it this one? Yeah. It was this. Was it this trade? Let me check in the H4. Because I remember I've seen the same thing happening before. Now, yeah, it was this trade. It was this trade. Oh, no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure it was this one. I remember I've seen it happening before. I've seen it happening before. I've seen it happening before. I want to check whether I'll be able to see. It was April. Yeah, it was this trade. I've seen it. It was this trade. So you see the reason why I'm saying you need to keep note of all the trades that you've taken. I remember it was this trade. So the daily time frame broke above. This was the trade. The daily time frame broke. You had a zone. You see, the market is really funny. You see the same thing happen. It broke through. This candle broke through. You get it. But when you move to H4, you see some consolidations. But the focus was on what? On the daily time frame. So that's why I'm saying the GJ is a strong confirmation. So this when you see when it comes to H4, you see consolidations, but you are not going to pay attention to those consolidations, those key levels, those sensational levels. The only level you are going to pay attention to is the daily time frame, because the entry was given at what? The daily time frame. So you take a buy at the break. You take a buy at the break of this one. Take a buy. You get it. So it's the same thing that is happening on what? On GG. GBP. JPY. I'll be keeping an eye on it. I'll be keeping an eye. I'll be watching it. But it's not confirmed now. Okay, so you need to wait for this one to break. If this candle flips, unless it breaks this one, okay, unless it breaks this one, the previous candle, unless it breaks the previous candle tip before you take a buy to the side. But I want to see how the H4 candle is going to close. Is it when the H4 candle breaks close above this one, then I think the confirmation is clear that it's going to head up. Then it's going to head up. So I want to see how it is going to close. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, kindly do so. Subscribe to the channel. Those who have not subscribed to the channel, kindly do so, because the kind of value I'm giving to you guys free of charge. getting free value. Getting free value. So we are waiting for the H4 candle, to break above this one. If it breaks above this one, then it's a strong confirmation. So you see, I've shown you where it happened. It was the same thing that happened. Okay, it was the same thing. Let me open a new tab. I'm not using the let's open the GU chart. So that was where was it? It was on April. Yeah. So you see this one, let's go through. So you see this one. If you check this one, this candle broke above this one. Okay, structure confirmed. It was initially hot, doing lower low, made lower high, lower low. It broke through. What are you expecting? Trend continuation. See, is it not the same thing? Tell me if it is not the same. Is it not the same thing? It's the same thing. Okay, it's the same thing. So I'll be waiting for the H4 to close. I want to see how the H4 is going to close. So in the next 60 minutes, the H4 candle is going to close. So if the H4 candle close, then you will confirm whether you are going. So the market repeats itself. It repeats itself every day. So you don't have to. You have to make sure you are taking records of all the trades that you are taking. It's very, very important. The market really repeats itself. Okay. So as I'm saying, if it flips, if it flips, you take a buy. This is going to be a swing trade, or sometimes too, since we have an upcoming FOMC, you might experience what? You might experience big moves in the market. You might experience big moves in the market. So it is trying to retrace on, but I'll wait for the breakouts. When it breaks out, so like you need to seek confirmation before you get it. You need to seek confirmation. So if I'm saying the market is going to buy, so this one for instance, it can flip and come down, but since the entry hasn't, so this is also part of the things that you are going to take into consideration before you are going to buy. So if I'm saying it is going to buy and it doesn't give us what I'm expecting, we are not going to take the trade. That's what you have to note. Okay, you are not going to take the trade. You are not going to take the trade unless it has flipped. But it will be better if the H4 close above. You see how the zone is very strong. That's why it's really taking time for it to break through. The zone is really strong. That's why it's really taking time for it to break through. So you need to understand. So the moment the H4 will break, then the confirmation is going to be strong. You get it? The confirmation is going, if you H4 break through, then the confirmation is going to be strong. You just need a small push. A small push. So you are waiting for the H4 candle to close. That's what you are waiting for. It will close in the next 12 minutes. I want to see what will happen because I want to take this trade. The zone is really strong. So since the daily candle has broken through, you need to see that the zone has really been invalidated by the daily candle. Okay, because it's a strong zone and the daily has been able to break through. So one thing you have to notice that if the daily has been able to break through, then you have to note it's a strong confirmation. It's a strong confirmation. By adding positions now, it's even though if you add position now, one thing is it's going to give you a better entry, but as in the risks. So from here to here, 25 pips. It's going to be 25 pips. So you guys you have to be analyzing. You have to analyze, and when it comes to the stream, you send it to me, then I'll review it. You get it? You need to analyze. So now anytime you ask me, I should analyze, I have to seek your opinion, your pair, before I'll be able to. So if you're not analyzing, how are you going to do the comparison? You need to analyze. You need to analyze first. So the pound dollar has really moved. The CPI has really moved it. The CPI has really moved it. So this point would have been the entry because this was the news candle. It made a pullback continuation. So this point would have been the entry. This point would have been the entry. So it's created a support over here. So if we're entering, if it has created a support, made a pullback, it should have been tough. So sometimes the market, it will be very difficult for you to, if it doesn't meet the way you trade, don't force it. That's how I trade. If I'm not clear with it, I'm not going to force it. If I'm not clear with the structure, I'm not going to force it. That's how I trade. So I just want to wait for the I'm waiting for the 9 o'clock candle to open BPJPY because of the GG. I'm really interested in the GG. Wow, it is breaking through. It is really breaking through. So exactly what I'm saying. You get it? Exactly what I'm saying. So it left with 6 minutes for it to close. For the H4 candle to close. So if your stop loss is at the previous candle dip, if your stop loss is at this level, then it's going to be at H4 structure. Yeah, it's going to be at H4 structure. So if it breaks out, if it's closed above this one, it's going to be something like this. If it's close above this one like this, the next candle, so perfecto. So the next candle break, the next candle flip will be the entry. So it's better you wait for the H4 to close. So in the next 4 minutes it will close. So the H4 is really struggling to break through. It's really struggling to break through. It would be nice if it breaks True. It will be nice if it breaks through. So as I'm saying, after the lending session, you are going to the volume is going to die. Like the market is going to be slow. You're not going to see like big candles or big moves in the market because of the volume, because of the FOMC. From experience, that's what is going to happen. From experience. So the FOMC is going to happen at 6 p.m. GMT. The market is going to be slow. The New York session, everything is going to be reserved for the data, for the news to be released. So those who are ready to trade the New York session, you need to pay attention to the timing. Okay, tomorrow too. So this week is filled of high impact. So tomorrow too, you have interest rates on the pound. Tomorrow too, you're having interest rates on the pound interest rates and unemployment. So I think Friday is the only day that you don't have. So Friday too, you have retail sales on the pound. Wow. And this week is kind of tough. So we are waiting for the H4 to close in the next 2 minutes. It's going to close in the next 2 minutes. See, it has the daily this is the weekly and the monthly zones. If you can pay attention to them, this is the weekly and the monthly zone. So if the H4 is able to break above the weekly and the monthly zone, then it's going to be a strong entry. But I'm not even paying attention to the H4. My focus is on the daily. If the daily flips, but I wanted to see how the H4 is going to close. If the daily flips, breaks above the previous distance, you have to know that it is going to head up. It's going to head up. So most of the time, what's happening is what? If the new H4 candle is closing, you are going to see pullback. If a new H4 candle close, we are going to see some pullbacks, so be expecting those things. But now it is not confirmed yet. The zone is very strong. That's why it's really struggling to break through. So the confirmation is going to be, so note, the confirmation is going to be when it breaks above. Okay, so sometimes it can pull back and invalidate everything. Since it is not confirmed, you don't enter. You enter when it flips. When this one flips bullish, then you enter. That's when the confirmation is going to be what? Valid. But now it is not valid yet. It is not valid yet. Okay, the H4 has closed. So as I'm saying, I'll be leaving the stream very soon. So what you are going to do is what? When it flips, so those want to take the GJ buy. When it flips, okay, when it breaks the previous candle tip, when it breaks, when you see the candle has broken, so the broker you are going to use is Owanda. Okay, when you come to TradingView, you check it on owanda.com. Sorry, I said Owanda. Check GJ, use the Owanda platform. Okay, don't go and use your MetaTrader 5 and tell me it has broken. Most of the brokers are having different charts. You get it? They're having different charts. The chart I'm using is Owanda. Okay, so when you type in GBP on TradingView, you check Owanda. So if your MetaTrader 5 is giving you a different thing, don't focus on that. Focus on this broker. This is a regulated broker in the US, Owanda. Okay, I like the way it moves and those things. So if it flips bullish, then you take a buy. Okay, so I think I will call. So I've already told you, because of the FOMC, we are going to experience what slow movements in price. So if you are in a trade and the trade is slow, don't close the trade prematurely. you have to expect what that thing to happen because of the FOMC. You get it? Because of the FOMC. So expect slow movement in price after the lending session. Okay. So any question for me? If there was no question, see you tomorrow same time. Okay, we break down the chart. So what you are expecting on GG when it breaks the previous candle tip, when it breaks the previous candle tip like this, when it breaks the tip, okay, when the tip get broken, then you take a buy. Okay, then you take a buy. That's what you are expecting on GG. Let me check. The person who said BTC USD. So BTC USD2 is going to also buy. Okay, but you have to first of all, you need an entry before, because you have a lot of consolidations, which I don't like as compared to the GG. You have a lot of consolidations. Okay, you have a lot of consolidation on G. So that's it. So GJ is a pair to be watching at GBP. That's a swing trade. So if you enter, don't watch at the lower time frame. The focus is on the daily time frame. The focus is on the daily time frame when it's confirmed. But now it's not confirmed yet. So I've given you what to be watching for. Alright, so see you same time tomorrow. Okay, same time tomorrow. Sometimes I can come 6 a.m. or sometimes 6:30. So 6:30 a.m. GMT, okay, to 9 o'clock a.m. GMT. All right, thank you all for tuning into today's live stream. See you all tomorrow, same time. Bye bye, peace, adios. Bye bye, YouTube. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. So you can rewind the stream and watch it again. It's on YouTube. Okay. Thank you.